I hope that you're able to see this intro slide.
Yes, it's there.
Okay, thanks. Good evening, everyone. Today, I, Harshbir Singh Ahuja, and my colleague Neil Sen Gupta will be presenting a PowerPoint presentation on the topic Special Economic Zones.
What are special economic zones? A special economic zone is an area in a country that is subject to different economic regulations than other regions within the same country. The SEC strategy is a proven and an efficient way of attracting foreign direct investment or FDIs. And efficient typically offers economic benefits such as tax incentives and lower tariffs. If you're wondering, the picture behind the text is actually the first SEZ in the world, the Shannon Airport in Ireland. Features of successful SECs. Uh, have many features that include sound physical infrastructure, strong vision and commitment from political and managerial leadership, attractive to FDI and diaspora, experimental approach building on success, and streamlined doing business procedures.
So, in India, we have the SEC Act 2005, which governs the special economic zones. The main objectives of the SEC Act 2005 are generation of additional economic activity, promotion of exports of goods and services, promotion of investment from domestic as well as foreign sources, creation of employment opportunities, and finally, the development of infrastructure facilities. Here's a map showing the major SEZ centers in India. The eight major ones are listed right beside the picture. As for the others, you can check them out by scanning the QR code given right here. I think there are 334 of them actually in total. So yes, you can check out the list segregated by states. So now that we're familiar with the basics of SEZs, we'll move over to mainland China to study one of the most successful SEZs in the world, the Shenzhen Special Economic Zone, which is often referred to as China's Silicon Valley.
Shenzhen brought more than 400 million people out of poverty. It had over 3 million registered businesses in 2017. It is a home to major tech giants such as Tencent, Huawei, and the major drone maker DJI. It is located in the Guangdong province in the Pearl region and is adjacent to major financial centers such as Macau and Hong Kong. As we can see in the picture, we can see the dramatic change of Shenzhen from being a quaint village to a major thriving population city. That is why this is called the Shenzhen miracle. Yeah.
Mm. I'll just move over to the next slide. It's stuck. I don't know why. Yes. So this is what Chinese President Xi Jinping had to say about Shenzhen's economic growth on the 40th anniversary of the Special Economic Zone. And by the way, Shenzhen also eclipsed Hong Kong in terms of GDP recently. So that's a very big achievement for an SEZ. Here are a couple of statistics that we'd like to show you. It's been 40 years since the establishment of the Shenzhen Special Economic Zone, and it's already projected to be one of the top 10 contributors to the global GDP by 2030, ahead of major financial centers such as Tokyo and also London. And here you can see the exponential growth of Chinese cities in recent times. Shenzhen's growth line is particularly impressive, and it is an indication of what SECs can do, the potential they have when they are implemented correctly. I'll just enter Rashi 1 minute. Yeah, that's done. So, like Neil told all of us, that Shenzhen was once a small ancient village with a population of 30,000. The modern city of Shenzhen has evolved into the state of the art tech, infra, as well as financial global epicenter. In 1980, the then Communist Party leader Xiaoping, designated the southern town of Shenzhen as one of the four SEZs in China. Shenzhen SEZ grew exponentially and its GDP per capita grew 24,569% from 1978 to 2014, which is a massive increase. Shenzhen's GDP also surpassed Hong Kong and Singapore by reaching 338 billion US dollars in 2017.
Sorry. Shenzhen became the dream world for the founders because of accessibility of cheap manufacturers, cheap labor, and as well as cheap parts and cheap fishing. Here, it will be easy to create your own prototype and then craft your own Kickstarter campaign. And once you're successful on it, you will be off to the race. This is indeed the Silicon Valley of China. Another valid point of doing business in Shenzhen is the fact that this place is very business friendly when we talk about tax impositions. If you're going to make a comparison of it, this place offers very low corporate tax at 25%, while the US imposes a major 39%. You will also not be taxed for the interest that is earned on the bank accounts. No tax is imposed on capital gains, and the rate of dividend tax is only between 5 to 10%. As in the language of business, taxes which are not so taxing is the best business environment.
On that note, we'd like to conclude our presentation. We hope you enjoyed it. And thank you all for being such a patient audience. Sorry. And if you want, you can download the PPT in a PDF format by scanning the QR code given right here. Um, we'd like to take up questions if any.
Okay, so Anushka has asked, is there a reflection of SECs that we see in India? Okay, so I would like to answer this, but I would like you to understand what's the difference between the political climate in India and China that leads to failure of SECs in India. Actually, this is the harsh reality, and we have to face it. So what happens is the local leaders in China are served for more than about what 8 to 10 years maybe, and the local leaders in India have a term of 5 years. So to expand their to expand their vote bank, they our politicians mainly focus on the betterment of scheduled tribes and other social issues rather than economic development. Long-term economic development, they are not so eager to do because they have a short period of time to do so. And because China's local leaders are elected on the basis of economic development and not mere social issues, that's why they have been successful. And of course, there are other things like for so for example, recently the government has removed the MAT exemptions, the tax exemptions policy. So that discouraged a lot of foreign direct investment into the country. I think with proper implementation and proper location selection, we can achieve the same thing as China did actually. I think I answered. If you have any other question, please type it out or okay.
As for the different SECs, I can roll over the slide where we showed the list of SECs in India. Just 1 minute. So the Kandla one was the first one, and SECs are ranging from wide complexes to maybe a building or a specific company. Like Mahindra and Dr. Reddy have special SECs to their name, to their business complex in Chennai, actually. So yeah, that's a reflection of SECs that we see in India. Any other questions? So I guess that will be it, and we hope you enjoyed our presentation and looking forward to such events in the future. Thank you.